ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नोमतिरोक्तहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 29, verse number 38. So these are verses spoken by the gopis when they reached to the forest, hearing the flute sound of Sri Krishna. So this is an exchange of love dialogue between Krishna and gopis. So yesterday we read that the gopi who was speaking, she was manifesting the Unmad Vibhichari when she spoke that verse that you should give us the dasya to your feet. So I said that anubhavas include sattvic and vyabhichari. Actually, vyabhicharis are counted as separately. Although the word anubhava means things which manifest later, but Bharat Muni explains it differently according to Natya point of view. So vibhav, anubhav, sattvic bhav, sometimes they are counted as part of anubhav, sometimes separately, and then vyabhichari bhav. So anubhav basically means that the reaction of the lovers after their love is excited by the uddipana. So there are different types in that. Jiva Goswami in Priti Sandarbha makes 4 divisions: Udbhashvar, Vachik, Angik and Alankarik. And most people make 3 divisions, Udbhashvar is not there. So this vibhavair anubhavescha sattvikai vyabhichari aniye mane svadyatvam sthai bhava raso bhavet, or sthai bhava rasa smrita. So it is actually sthai bhav which turns into rasa. Rasa means relish, or it's a special type of bliss or feeling of relish within the heart, enjoyment which one experiences in the mixture of these things: anubhava, sattvic bhava and vyabhichari bhava. So they are all bhava only. But why it is said that sthai bhava becomes rasa? Because sthai bhava is permanently stated. It's like the king, and others are like servants. So they come and go, but the king stays in the heart. So it is sometimes compared to like an ocean, and the other things are like waves which sometimes high, sometimes low, sometimes just peaceful. So it is a way to relish it through natya, means by hearing 2 types of kavya, drishya and shravya, by hearing and by seeing enacted on the play, on the stage. So here also the description includes those types of bhav, anubhav, sanchari bhav, sattvic bhav. So that's why in the commentary he mentioned that. So now he says, Tannaha prasida virijnardana tengri moolam prapta visrijya vasati stvadupaasana saha tat sundara smita nirikshana tivra kama taptatmanam purusha bhushana dehi dasyam. So purusha bhushana dehi dasyam. That is the main statement, that ornament among men or ornament of men, please make us your servant, give us service. So the gopis are desiring service, as we also read earlier that even Lakshmi comes to the feet, although she has place on the chest. So labdhvapi vakshashi padam kil bhritya justam. Because bhakti means seva, and that is the pleasure. The pleasure is in doing seva. Although in the material world we have the concept that we get pleasure by taking seva from others, but real pleasure comes by doing service to Krishna. In the material world also you feel happy to do service. If you like something, somebody, you go to some even temple, do seva, you feel happy by doing that. So what to speak of doing service to Krishna or devotees of Krishna? So therefore they are saying Dehi Dasim. So in other words, they are saying that we have not come here to enjoy. Because remember in the commentary he said that if you have this fire in your heart, why don't you go back home and meet your husband? So he says, we have come here to do service to you. So in bhakti there is no desire for one's own pleasure. The desire is only for service, and service naturally gives pleasure. So pleasure comes as an outcome of that. In fact, it is not even an outcome. The activity itself is pleasant. It's not that like karma marga, that you do the karma, then the result will come later on. So to do activity to the lover is naturally satisfying. That act itself is satisfying. And as a result of that, of course, there is happiness. So therefore they are saying that you please just give us service to your feet, and we have come here for that only. And do not send us away. Therefore they are saying Tanna Prashida, that bless us. Prasad or Prasid also means grace. So be gracious to us. Your Virgin Ardhan. So Virgin means suffering. Ardhan means destroyer. So we are suffering. So you destroy our suffering. Virgin Ardhan. Tengri Moolam Prapta. So we have come to your feet. And it is said that one who attains Krishna's feet becomes free from all suffering. So we have attained your feet, and we have come here not to enjoy. Again they are saying Upasana Asha, that we have come here to serve you, to worship you, and not for our own sake. Not that we want anything from you. And we are going to do service without any motive. Therefore we have given up everything else. Vishrijya Vasati, our residence, home, which implies relatives, possessions, everything else. So we just want to do service. And Tvat Sundara Smita Nirikshana Tivra Kama Taptatmanam. So our Atma, our heart, is suffering because of intense desire, which has been incited by your beautiful smile. Tat Sundara Smita Nirikshana. So seeing your face, or you have looked at us with your smile both ways, we have intense desire. Therefore give us service to your feet, allow us to do service to your feet. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti says, Tasmad griha kutumbadikam parityajya Narayanasya bhaktaiva vayam tab dasyameva kamyamahe ityaho. So they are saying that we only wish to do service to your feet, just like the devotees of Narayana do service to Narayana. And if you say that you have your other responsibilities, so they say we have given up everything. Griha kutumbadikam parityajya. Yatastvam Narayana tulyas tasmad asman prati prasida. And since it is established that you are equal to Narayana, therefore you be also gracious to us. So earlier also they started like this. So Devo Yatha Adi Purusho Bhajte Mumukshu. So they are again saying it. So Nanu Mat Prasada Pratikulam Dukh Adrishtam Bhavti Namasti Ityartha Katham Prasada. So Krishna says that you actually have a very ill fortune, which is to those people who do not get grace of Krishna. Those who have grace of Krishna, they have good fortune. But it says you have mat prasad pratikulam dukkha adrishtam. So you have adrishta or fortune of suffering, which is opposite to my grace. So how can I give my grace to you? Means you do not deserve it. So it says Narayano api kim sarvatra prasidati ityahu he Brajnad. And you are saying I am like Narayana, so I should give my grace to you, I should be pleased with you. So is Narayana pleased with everybody? Is Narayana giving grace to everyone? Narayana does not give grace to everyone. He only gives grace to his devotees, not to others. Other people he does not care. So if you compare me to Narayana, then you don't deserve, because you don't have a good fortune. So you can go home. So Krishna also knows logic. So gopis also know. So they are saying Vrijinardhan. He says, yes, we have ill fortune, but you are the destroyer of ill fortune. So you can remove that. So Tyahu, he Vrijinardhan, tadapi dukkham tvameva ardaya. So please demolish that suffering. Narayano hi avasyameva prapadyamananam dukkham ardayati. Because Narayana certainly destroys the suffering of those who surrender to him. So this is his statement, that Sakrudeva prapannosmi iti yavachate abhyam sarv bhutebhyo dadami etam vratam mama. One who takes my prapatti, my saranagati, my refuge, even just by saying once I surrender to you or I take your refuge, I give him freedom from all suffering. And Krishna also says, Aham tvam sarv papabhyo mokshishyami masucha. So they are saying that you can do this. Vayam chate angri moolam praptah. So why shall I remove their suffering? I remove the suffering of those who have taken my shelter. He says, yes, prapta angri moolam. We have come to your feet. So, Tengri Moolam Prapta, we have taken refuge of your lotus feet. Tatrapi Kamana Antar Rahitya Naivatyahu. And we have taken shelter of your feet, not desiring anything else. We are Anyabhilasita Sunyam. Vibhishan, when he was kicked by the Ravana, he took shelter of Bhagavan Ram. But he has desire. Otherwise he would have come earlier also. It's only when he was thrown out, then he came. But gopis are not thrown out, they ran out. So they have Visrijyavasti. We have given up and we have come. Which means we do not have any other desire. We are not taking refuge under your feet because we wish to get something from you. We just want to do service. Nanu garastha sukham parityajya api matta sukham kinchan avashyam arthadve iti janime. So he says, well, nobody gives up something unless he finds something better. This is the rule, right? In the material world, if you have something, you won't give it up unless you find something better to replace it. So you are enjoying married life and you have given up that. So you must seek higher enjoyment than married life. That's why you have come here. So he's making sure that you don't have any wish, any other intention in your heart. Because sometimes things are not explicit, but they are inside, implicit. You get frustrated at home, you get angry, and you leave home, become sannyasi, join temple. But that does not mean that your heart is clean. So the seeds are there, sthāyi bhav is there, and after some time uddipan vibhav will come. Then your sattvic bhavas will manifest. Then you'll forget why you joined temple, why you joined particular society. So then you again start meditating on the old things, start making plans. Either you leave and go back, or you stay there, but now you play your game. Because nature cannot be changed easily. Subhavati duratikrama. Right? So Krishna says that even learned people follow their nature. Nigraha kim karishyati. So, therefore he's saying that you gave up family life, so you are seeking some, you must desire some happiness from me. Artho jigyasu artharthi gyani cha bhartarsva. 4 types of people come to me. So you have some artharthi, some wish. Even if you want moksha, that is also happiness. So therefore he says that kinchan avashyam arthyadve. You must certainly have intention to gain something from me. I cannot believe that you have just come like that. Because yadi yad karoti jantu tat tat kamasya chestitam. Whatever somebody does, it is impelled by some intention, material motive, explicit or implicit. Sometimes you say it openly, sometimes you keep it hidden, so others don't see it. So therefore, he is making sure that that is not the case with them. So in fact he says, well, I already know it. You want some happiness from me. So tatrahu tvad upasana. उपासनायाम एव आवेशः न तु उपासनाया फले कस्मिंश्चन सुखे त्वया दास्यमाने आशाया सन्ति. So vishrujya vasti tadupasana asa. So they are saying that no, we have come here with the upasana asa. Asha means hope, intention, will, only to do upasana, to worship you. But if there are so many people who do worship, and they do worship because they want the benefit of worship. So he says that no, we do not want any benefit from this, not upasana phala. So upasanayaha phale kasminchin sukhe tvaya dasamane asham yasata. So upasanayam eva asa. Upasana asa means upasanayam eva asa. Our asha, our intention is only to do upasana, worship, and not the outcome, the result, that we will get some happiness. Because bhakti is happiness itself, so what do you want after that? If the act itself is giving you happiness, and happiness is the ultimate goal of everything, ultimately whatever we want happiness from that. Whether it is direct happiness like kama, or it is the means for happiness like artha. But what we want is happiness. So if happiness is coming from the action itself, then what do you want? then where is the desire to get happiness from that action? The fruit which people want is in the action itself. You plant a seed to get some fruit, but if planting itself is giving you the fruit, then what is the fruit you desire? So that's what bhakti is. It gives direct experience in that moment itself, not like karma, that you do it, then maybe next life, who knows. They show you the dream of next life in karma. So not here. So therefore, upasnaya phale kasmischin sukhe tvaya dasyamane asham. He says we have no such. So one should know this very clear. Not that I do bhakti now in this life, then next life I will enjoy. That's not bhakti. Bhakti can do that also, but that's not uttama bhakti. So ayam artha, the meaning is this. Upasnaya tvam sukhayame ityeva abhiprayo api tvanmukh darshanottham yadi na sukham akasmikam bhavet tarhi ko dosha iti. So they are saying that we want to please you by doing upasana. That's all. And this is only our abhipraya, our intention, our wish, our goal is only this much and nothing else. But now when we are doing service to you and we get happiness just by seeing your face, then what can we do about that? We cannot help it. And what is the problem with that? What is the defect in that if you feel happiness while doing service? Is that a sin? So gopis are saying, he says that happiness comes. Nanu tarhi katham ayuktam asmakam hircha agnim sinchaiti. So he says, then why are you saying that you have this fire in your heart and wish I should douse it with the nectar of my lips, etc. Sinchangate nastvadarāmrita purakena hasavaloka kalagita jahatri agnim. Why you are saying all this statement? You are scaring me. I already got scared that now I have to give so much nectar that I will not be able to breathe. There's so much fire, then I'll be just dousing fire by pouring the nectar from my lips. Say, why did you scare me like this? He's asking. So he says, Katham ayuktam. Ayuktam means improper. Why you had this improper request that Hrichagnim Sincha, that douse the fire in the heart? So then they are saying Satyam. Satyam means, what does Satyam mean? True but. This is called Ardhangikar, accepting half. So it says yes, but. So therefore they say Satyam, true. Tadagni jwalaya api tvameva karanam. He says, why we said this? Because you are the one who put the fire. And only you can douse it, no one else. So that's why we said it. You are the one who lit the fire, and the solution how to extinguish it is also with you. We don't belong to the fire department. You belong to the fire department, so you do that. So sometimes the guard also steals. You know that? The very person whom you pay to protect safeguard your property steals. I had that when I started building that other basement where the clinic is. That was my storeroom. There was no other thing, and there was no other building here. So I had to store cement somewhere. I built a small room there, and I kept one guard because I was not living here. Otherwise at night anyone can come and take the cement. But the guard himself, I came one day in the evening and he was selling the cement to one rickshaw while I was going. So then I fired him, and that's when I got Lakut. That's how Lakut came. So Lakut has been there since that time. So therefore you are like that. Yeah, you are Vrijnardhan, you are supposed to remove our distress, but you cause us distress. And that's why they are calling him as Vrijnardhan now, that remove it. So Satyam Tadagni Jwalaya api Tvameva Karanam. You are the cause of that very fire. Tava Sundara Smith Nirikshnena Yastivra Kamas Tena Taptatma Yasham Tasham Api Asmakam Dasyam Dasitvam Eva Dehi Natu Patnitvam. Therefore we are saying that by your beautiful smile, this fire was lit in our heart, Taptatma. But even then we are only saying that make us your servant. We are not saying marry us. You see, Dehi Dasyam. He says if we really wanted to enjoy with you, then we will say please marry us. We are in love with you. But we are only saying give us chance to do seva. Although the fire is put by you, but still. Atra Śrīmad-Vallabha Charya Charananam api Vyakhya. So here he is quoting from Sri Vallabhacharya's Subodhini Tika, very famous commentary on Bhāgavatam. Ato dasya eva vayam natu vivaharthinyah ataha upnayanadi apeksha pina lok vivaharene ityesha. So he writes that therefore we beg only to be your servants and not that we are begging you to marry us. Therefore you don't have to even undergo Upanayan Samskara, sacred thread ceremony, because before you marry you have to have sacred threads, study Vedas, otherwise you cannot marry. So previously, now there is in India a lot of illiteracy. Previously at least the upper three classes were literate because they could not get married otherwise. They have to go to school. Upanayan means entry in the school. That is the meaning. So they have to at least have admission in the school. And if you get admission, those schools were not that okay, you can give us fee, don't come. Their school like that, no? Come at the exam time. We are going to have exam here from tomorrow. You saw that? They removed all the tables. So students come for exam, otherwise they don't come. These are all our students. So you'll see them tomorrow morning. So not like that. Maybe 50 come for classes, other 250 will come for the exam. So therefore he says Ata Upanayanadi Apeksha api na Lok Vyavaharena, because that is the custom, that is the tradition, that you have to have Upanayana before getting married. This is an important statement because this commentary was written 500 years ago, means that was strict custom at that time. Could not marry otherwise. Otherwise why he has to write it here? So it shows the situation at that time. in the society. Already the Mughals were here. Tatascha asmakam kanyatve parodhatve va na kapi kshati. So therefore you don't have to bother whether we are married or not married. It is none of your concern. Because if you have to marry, then you can only marry those who are unmarried, not the married ones. So only the Kanya. So therefore there is no worry about that. We just want service. Ubhai bhave api tad dasya sambhavat. Why is that? He says because in both, whether married or unmarried, it is possible to be your servant. So that means this shows that bhakti is for everybody. That is the Vyanjana here. That is the implied meaning from the Vyanjana from the commentary. That bhakti is not for unmarried only or for married only. Bhakti is for all, and it is also that bhakti is not only for men, because these are women. So for everyone, it's possible. So, Prakrit Vaishnav Toshanyam Sri Sanatan Goswami Charana Namapi. And Sri Sanatan Goswami has also written this in his Vaishnav Toshani. Vivahe sati patnitvena bhajanad api aupatyena bhajanam param mahasukham taccha Śrīmad-Bhāgavatamrit kavyadau cha prasiddham eva ateva atra dasya vishesha eva prarthita. So Sri Sanatan Goswami has also written that getting married and then being wife and doing service is not that pleasurable as doing service without getting married. Aupatyena. That is param mahasukham, that is supremely blissful. He says this is known very well from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which he wrote before. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam was written before he wrote the Samtipani commentary on the 10th Canto. So therefore he says, Ateva atra dasya vishesha eva prarthita. Therefore the gopis have prayed here only for service and not for marriage. So why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is specifically writing this part, quoting from these two acharyas? Because at that time there was this big controversy of marriage, Swakiya Parkiyavad. And he was proponent of Parkiyavad. And he has to face a lot of problem. He was thrown out from Radhakund because of this. He wrote a book, Swakiyat Niras, refutation of Swakiya or marriage of Krishna. Parkiyatu Sthapanam. So that we understand from this commentary why he is pressing for this point. Adhuna cha prarthyate dasyo bhavama iti esha. And then Sanatana Goswami further writes, therefore now also they are praying dasyam bhavama, dehi dasyam and dasyam bhavama in the next sloka. In this sloka they say dehi dasyam, twice they are saying dehi dasyam, dasyam bhavama. So it's important point to notice. So katham bhava kama mahodadhitvadeva strilampatasya tavasmabhir yuktibhir upasna swangaireva tatsukhodpadan lakshana khalu esha eva ityato hrichya agniseka prarthanapi tad upasna prarthana eva. So he says, what kind of service you will do? So he says that you are the ocean of Kama, because he is called Kamadeva, means you are the ocean of love. Kama here means love. Kam mahodhitvadev. And therefore you are Istri Lampata. You are very much attractive to women and you are attracted to women. Tab asmabhir yuvtibhir upasana swangaireva tat sukhotpadan lakshana. Therefore we are young women, and when we do service to you, our bodily limbs, that only will give you happiness. And it is for this reason that we prayed that you douse the fire of our heart. That was also only to worship you. So what is the significance of this commentary is that they are absolutely devoted to Krishna 100% with their mind, body and speech. Means they will do service to Krishna with everything, even with physical body to him. That is the significance. So it does not mean that they have physical relationship, but that is the implied sense, that they are absolutely for his sake only. That is the Vyanjana, that is the meaning. This is the meaning of Uttama Bhakti. Means they do not have any restraint or any prithak bhav or any independent ideas of anything. Because in all other relationships, then some restriction comes because of that relationship. So this is the most free-floating relationship without any upadhi. There is no upadhi involved here, there is no condition involved. When you are a friend, then that friendship is also a type of conditioning. When you are a servant, that is also a type of conditioning. Parents also, wife also. So that's why they don't want to be wife. All the people stress for marriage. But that means there is some problem in understanding what is Uttama Bhakti. So once you understand what is Uttama Bhakti, then you know that this dasyatva is higher than marriage. So this is what it means, Manjari Bhav, Gopi Bhav, Raj Bhav. This is what it is. So they are saying, although explanation here looks very mundane, that you are Istri Lampat, means you are a womanizer. Basically that's what Istri Lampat means.
Lampat Shiromani.
So he is not Lampat Shiromani, but he is Prema Shiromani. So Pata means cloth and Lam means love. He is a love pat, not Lampat. He has the pagadi of love on his head. That is the Lampat ceremony. So asmabhir yuvtibhir upasana swangaireva tvat sukhotpadan lakshana. That we women, we do service to your bodily limbs and that will give bliss to you. And it is for this reason that we said. In other words, their prayer for dousing their fire, or they want the nectar of his lips, or they want Krishna's embrace, etc. Whenever you see such types of statements, then it should not be misunderstood that this is for their own sake. It is only to give pleasure to him. That is to be kept in mind. So then when you understand, then you will understand why it is said in this last verse of this Rāsa-līlā, Vikriditam Vrajvadhu Bhiridam Chagrishma. So why that Hridarog goes away by this? Because there is no tinge of Hridarog here, it's just the Sirshasana of Hridarog. Completely turned. Yes. Means Hridarog is completely kicked out because there is no wish here for one's own pleasure or enjoyment. Hridrog means sex desire, which is the most intense desire to please oneself. It's not for pleasing the other person. But here it is shown that even that is for Krishna's pleasure. That much they are free from their own desire, and that much sense control they have. That even up to that state, their mind does not deviate. You may be devotee and great devotee, but when you see some nice thing, some nice prasad food, then your own desire to enjoy comes.
Especially on Ekadashi.
So this is to show that they do not have an iota of, even in their dreams or imagination, it cannot touch them. They are absolutely immune to any idea of self-satisfaction. That is what Gopi Bhav or Manjari Bhav is. This is the idea. And this has to be practiced here. Guru Devatatma. Then you can enter. Not that you just meditate and you will go. Impossible. This is the purest bhav. And it has to be practiced here with Guru. So that is the Vyanjana from the commentary. So these are Vyanjana of Vyanjana. So Kamagnirapi asmakam tadupasana upkaranam eva mukhyam ityateva samuchatam eva sambodhan padam he purusha rupa bhusha. He says that even our Kamagni, even our fire of so-called lust or desire to meet you is only an instrument to do service to you. So just as you get intense desire to enjoy yourself, they get such intense desire to do seva. That is, you can imagine that here we are given service, we feel happy when it is over. Chalo bhai. So they have such intense desire and they are dying for it because this is their life, they cannot live without it. So he says because this is their main instrument to do service to Krishna, therefore their address of Krishna is Purusha Bhushana, Dehi Dasyam. So they are calling him as Purusha Bhushana. Means not that he is the Bhushana of human beings or men, but he is the ornament for gopis. So that's what it says. Purusha Rupa Bhushana Gaurangi Nam Asmakam Indra Nila Manimaya Sarvanga Lankara iti. So he says that you as a whole are like the blue sapphire because Krishna is. What is that? So, and gopis, they are golden in color. So it's like they are the golden in color, Gaurangi, and then Krishna is the blue sapphire which can be set. So it's like an ornament, or they are golden in color, human beings, and Krishna is a sapphire for them. They can put him on their body, Sarvang Alankara. So he is complete.
Nothing happened.
Okay, good. So this is the end of commentary. Any question on this? Yeah.
Babaji, I had a question to yesterday's class. So it was stated that Lakshmi hadn't attained Krishna in Rāsa-līlā despite her tapasya.
Mm.
And a Purva Paksha may be raised in this regard that Srivatsa is decorating Krishna's chest as well. So by Samyoga Sambandha, Lakshmi also was present in Rāsa-līlā and also...
Just as a symbol.
Oh, so it's not like with Narayana then? Or
Yeah,
is-
it's only the symbol. It's not physical
Not personal.
presence.
Mm.
It's like he has marks on his hand and feet, and all those marks signify something. Anything else? Yeah.
Is this Tapdatmanam? Is this like the karma here of the Dehi Dasya? Tapdatmanam? Do they say like this? That
That is
we are like this and you give us?
that is what Krishna said, that you have bad fortune. So how can I give grace? Taptatmanam, I don't know. What is your question?
So I was wondering that normally if you give something to someone, then there are two karmas, but something is given to someone.
Oh, you are talking from Vyakaran point of grammar. I
Yeah.
was thinking of the karma.
Ah,
Okay, what is the question?
I wanted to know if these suffering ones,
Yeah.
if they are the recipients of the dasya, or if this is somehow connected differently.
Yeah, taptatmanam purush bhushan dehi dasyam. That give us dasya. Referring to themselves. They are the taptatmas. Sashti vibhakti. Karmani sashti. Okay. So you can read a little bit of the next. So verse 39. Vikshal mukham tav kundala shri ganda staladhar sudham hasitavalokam datta bhayam cha bhujadanda yugam vilokya vaksha shri karamanam cha bhavam dasya. So he says that they are basically describing the beauty of Krishna and praying for being servant. It says Viksha alaka vrita mukham, that after seeing your face, which is beautified or covered by the curly hair, and kundala sriganda sthala dharasu, and then the beauty of your earrings, which are reflecting into your cheeks and which are next to the adhara sudham, the sweetness of your lips, and hasitavalokam, and your smiling looks, and datta bhayam cha bhujadandam yugam vilokya. So twice they are saying viksha and vilokya. And seeing your two strong arms which give fearlessness, and also seeing your chest, which is the playground for Lakshmi. We want to be bhavame dasya, means we become your maid servant, or we wish to be your servants. So here the beauty, as the Nayika sees the Nayaka, as the beloved sees the lover, how they are seeing him as the most beautiful person, because in the previous verse they said Purusha Bhushan Dehi Dasyam. So how he is the Purusha Bhushan, or he is the most beautiful person. So they describe his face, his ornaments his lips, his arms and chest, which also implies that we want to embrace you, because their last is vaksha. They start from above, from the top of the face, then the middle face, then the lower face, then they come down arms, and then last is the chest. So this is also indirect way of saying that we want to have your embrace. We want to be embraced by you, or we want to serve you by giving embrace. That is also the significance of it. So now Krishna may say that you are so many of them, and you are saying that make us your servant. So now I should have some vacancies for hiring you, and then from where will I pay you? Right? People come here sometimes that give us some job, something here. So there should be some need for that. And then if you keep somebody, then you have to pay. So from where will I pay you? I'm just a gwala, I'm just a cowherd. Don't have bank account, don't have a company, I don't sell milk or yogurt. You gopis sometimes go to Mathura and sell. I don't do that. I even stop you from doing that. So from where will I pay you? And you are saying that you be servant. So gopis are saying that you have already paid us. So that's what they want to say. So yuyam yanmam dasya bhavatha tatkim maya mulyene krita stha suya datta bhritayova. So he is asking them that you want to be my servants. So is it that I have purchased you by paying you? Or is it that you want to do service or datta bhritaya, suya datta bhritaya, or you are self-paid? Means I don't need to pay you. Volunteer. Are you doing volunteer service? Or I have to pay you something? So they say that no, you don't have to pay. Tatra bhavatasmat samuchit mulyat koti koti gunitena asmad adrishta ashrut charena mahanarghena hasita avloka चिंता रत्नेन अस्मान वय संधि आरंभ एव कृत्वा सूय कुंज मंदिरम आनीय नीलनिधि पद्मनिधि ज अम्बुनद मकर युगल चिंतामणि मयस्थली मणिस्तंभ लक्ष्मी विलासास्पद नीलमणि मंदिराणि अलकादि व्याजेन संपत्ति दर्शित्वा देवैरपि दुर्लभम अमृतम प्रतिदिनम भोजयसि इत्याहो वीक्षयन्ति. So they are saying that no, you don't have to pay us, you have already paid us. And you have paid us so much that we cannot even describe it. You have already purchased us by paying proper millions and millions of times more price than what we deserve. Asmat samuchit mulyat koti koti gunitena. So millions and millions of times more value you have paid for what we are worth for. The wealth which you have given us is we never heard it, never saw it. Adrishta ashruta charena. So mahanarghena, most valuable, what is that? Hasita avaloka chinta ratnena. He says that smile on your face, smile goes for miles, right? That hasita avloka chinta ratnena, that gem in the form of thoughtful smile with on your face, looking. Hasita avloka, your glance, and chinta means your thinking, means it was intentful glance, not indifferent. You can also glance at somebody indifferently, but this is avlokan. Avloka chinta means intentful glance, and on top of that there is a smile. So that intentful glance has made us contentful. Absolutely. And this started even when we attained puberty. Vayasandhi arambheya. So we were sold to you at that time itself. So price is already paid. Don't have to worry. So Swiya Kunja Mandira Maniya, you brought us to your Kunja, and there Nila Nidhi, Padma Nidhi, these are various types of Nidhis. You have heard of Ashta Siddhi, Navnidhi? There are 8 types of Siddhis and 9 types of Nidhis. Kuber is supposed to be the treasurer of the Devas, right? So he is the Dhanapati. So he has 9 types of treasury. These are names like Nila Nidhi, Padma Nidhi, all this, Shankha Nidhi. These are various treasuries he has. So they are mentioning Jambunad. Jambunad means gold. There is a Jambu tree on the south side of the Meru mountain, and the Jambu tree has fruits which are as big as elephant. Know that? No, you didn't read Bhāgavatam? And the Jambu fruits, they fall down once they are ripe because there is no one to pick them up. Who is going to pick up an elephant-sized fruit? So these fruits, they fall down on the ground. When they fall down, there's so much juice comes out of that it turns into a river. That is called Jambu Nad. Nada means river. And Jambu because it comes made of the Jambu fruits. And from that juice comes gold. So the Devas come from Swargaloka to that Jambunad, and they make golden ornaments from this gold. So therefore one of the name for gold is called Jambunad. Jambunada means that which comes from Jambunada. So you have this Jambunad Makara Yugala. So you have got 2 golden earrings made from the gold coming from Nila Nidhi, Padma Nidhi. Because there are 2 of them, so he mentions only 2 Nidhis. So one is Nila Nidhi, other is Padma Nidhi. And Chintamani Maya Sthali Mani Stamba Lakshmi Vilasaspad Nilmani Mandrani Alakadi Vyajena. Then this is the Alaka is the curly hair on his forehead. So they are like the Nilmani, blue sapphire, Vilasaspad, place of enjoyment of Lakshmi, Mani Stamba Lakshmi, the pillar of gem, Chintamani Mayasthali. So on the pretext of this, you have shown us your wealth. And this wealth is not seen even by the Devas. Devairapi durlabham amritam pratidinam bhojasi. So every day you are giving us the nectar, which is so precious. So therefore you have already paid us. So now let us do some service to you. Means we don't want anything in exchange for our seva, just the opportunity to do seva. So I'll stop here, continue tomorrow. Any question? No. Okay. Yes.
It explains Mani Stambha. What kind of metaphor is this? That someone is a pillar of gems? I can't really visualize what it means.
It's talking about the hair, alaka.